Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And before we get too far into this, I just want to show you the one blue strand had to transfer over to the left-hand side and one orange strand had to go over to the right-hand side. And then when I did that, when I got them all set up really nice, I tied the first knot to just sort of hold things in place. And then I got the rest of the white strings worked out. So that's kind of important on this one. Again, this works out because I double up my strings. If we did single strands, you wouldn't be able to have the strand going over the top because there's just one orange and there's just one blue. So let me just throw that out there before this gets in there. Hi. Sorry, it starts a little crazy. This was pattern number 103733 on friendshipbracelets.net. A little bit simple, not entirely. Okay, so one of the things that I think that sort of makes this kind of work out really, really good is you'll notice as I'm bringing the whites out, I'm always bringing them, the same way. I know I teach all the time that when it's a white to a white string, it doesn't matter which direction you go in. And that's true. The ones, say, in the middle, I don't think I paid nearly as much attention to. But when it came to the ones on the outside, I kept that consistent. And it makes the back of the bracelet way more interesting. It makes the how straight that is much straighter. It keeps things consistent in ways that you won't get if you get kind of crazy and you just kind of go random-ish with these. So that's the trick to this one. It's not like I learned this while making it. I knew this going into this, but it's one of those things where I do want to share that with you and hope that it helps with some of your projects. Perhaps not this pattern per se, but perhaps there's similar patterns that you want to work with that have this same kind of thing happening. This will help you a lot. Honestly, it just will. You'll notice because of the way it overlaps, the way that it does its thing, I have to do a lot of the work first on the left-hand side. Then I go and I do the things on the right. Again, that just helps make it go along smoothly. It's just the way it overlaps. It's the like I couldn't really do any more segmenting to it than what you see in here. This really is about as far as that goes. But that said, this went along smooth. This was wonderful to make. Yes, you do have to pay a lot of attention to the pattern because each one of these little things keeps changing up. There's where it just does a single little thing and then it kind of bounces, does a little double thing, then it sort of wraps thing. Now it kind of opens up into this bigger space thing. There's kind of a whole bunch going on. And like I said, it doesn't have like that repetitive nature to it, which again, I love that because it helps me feel like, okay, I'm done with this area. I'm into the next. There's something about that that's like it's rewarding to itself. Just is. It's wonderful. I really liked making this one a lot. It's two contrasting colors. The orange is another fluorescent. I think this whole week, I don't know what got into me, but I have fluorescents and I decided I was gonna have some fun with them. You see I was counting there, right? So a fluorescent orange and just a darker blue with a grayish white. It's not a real white. If it were, the 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 light thing would have lit it up big time. So it's just the orange that lights up. What else can I tell you? It's it's kind of nice in the sense that too, like a lot of times you just have to count like how far past the orange does the blue go, and then with the orange, how far past the blue do I have to go? So there's when it came to working out like when to turn, because a lot of times I like in patterns where it's like, okay, the red goes down until it reaches the green and then it changes direction. That kind of stuff makes it really easy to see in a pattern. When it's only three colors like this, and basically two of them are doing the work and the other's the background, it can be a lot of like, okay, wait, this is 5 knots or this is 7 knots or this is for this one, because it's the two colors are overlapping. A lot of times, if it was like 5 knots, I didn't have to count 5 knots. I just had to count that it went two past the other color. And so that was really kind of nice. Again, little things that I picked up while I was working on it that may or may not help you. I honestly, for me, that's how it worked out really well for me. Um, but yeah, yeah, it's and again, it felt quick, possibly because it wasn't repetitive. Um, Possibly because those white rows are just going nice, long, straight white, straight out. Like that was awesome. That was way cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. It did kind of go quickly though. Again, for some reason, I don't know why. I used to write down like how long these things took, and so I could like talk about it. And for some reason this week, I kind of forgot to do any of that. My brain has been somewhere else. So I'll get it together. I've got plans. I got ideas to make some of these videos even better for like maybe even starting next week or soon. But yeah, I'll get better. Oh, wait. Yeah, halfway point. That's the that one diamond thing there is the actual middle of this thing. So thank you to my Patreon supporters and thank you to my YouTube members for making all this stuff possible. Guys, honestly, I love what I do and I'm going to do everything in my power to keep making this get better. Um, Obviously, we have new cameras. We're going in 4K now. We're doing all kinds of stuff. And I plan on just trying to make it better and better as we go. So thank you for making that possible and keeping the dream going. And yeah, it's gonna be some fun stuff coming up. Honestly, I really am kind of excited. So, but yeah, as far as the three color bracelet goes, this really, I love it. I really do love it. Um, I was worried. I think I talked about this while making the pattern. I was worried that these strings were going to run short, but you can tell by my tassels, we did not have that problem at all. Um, Again, if you're not familiar, I cut my string in thirds. So a full skein is what, 8 meters. So I use pieces that are 1/3 of that, which is like 2.5 or 2.3 something. I don't know. It's a weird number. Um, but it works. It works out really, really well. And it makes it so I didn't run out. Mind you, the white strings are obviously much, much longer. Um, but that said, it worked out fine. And yeah, it's a really, to me, that's a very summer kind of bracelet, right? I mean, I can't imagine wearing this in the winter time. Like I'm from Detroit, right? So in the wintertime, our skin gets really pale, and you know, because we're not out in the sun, we're huddled in because it's cold and everything. But the summertime, you start getting a tan and you're looking good, and that's gonna give you that really fun, you know, contrast and whatever, and it's gonna look really good. So yeah, I think this I definitely made a summertime bracelet. So kind of early in it for February, right? But whatever, still cool. You can sit around for a little while, or somebody can buy it, save it up for their summer. Or is it summer in Australia right now? I don't know. I don't know if it's summer or if it's going into their autumn at this point. I never keep track of. It's so weird. Like it was simple being American because all we think about is America is number one and nothing else matters. Come to the other side of the world and suddenly realize there's a whole bigger world out there. And then suddenly you're like, wait, they have other things and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, man. Definitely want to go to Australia. I don't know, like I've seen what some of their summertime stuff is like. I don't want that. Um, and I don't necessarily want to go to a winter. I don't know. I don't know when's a good time. If anybody's watching me from Australia, tell me where is a good area to go and what time of year to do it in, because I have no clues, man. I just think there's a lot of neat stuff there, and some of the food looks really good. So yeah, we're getting really close to the end now. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this. I definitely did enjoy making this one a lot. It's really fun. Wish you guys could see the it. My camera won't focus. It'll focus like right there. If you could zoom, you know. But yeah, it looks really cool. Maybe I'll throw a picture of both sides on my Instagram for you guys so you can see both. And it's AKAAWOL on Instagram, in case you didn't know. It's AKAAWOL everywhere. You look it up on Google. It's mostly all me, except for Twitch. Somebody else got it on Twitch. I don't know why. Anyway, a couple more little tiny things, and it's done. You can see I'm already like laying off strings to the side because they're done with. Oh, and you can see that the string is actually getting short. Not too short, but it is getting short. So that was a thing. Um, yeah, so anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. And you know, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.